I'm a straight man. I love women and I hate dudes. And I thought everybody in my life knew that, but apparently not. Because just last month I was in a Discord call and one of my friends asked me, Tony, you're gay, right? And I was a little offended. I was like, what the hell makes you say that? And she's like, oh, it's just the way that you walk. It's aggressively homosexual. I was about to call him out, like, get a load of this fucking idiot over here. But then the rest of my friends chimed in. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Wait, Tony, you're straight? You have a vaguely twinkish demeanor, Tony. Be proud. What the fuck does that even mean? So I just kind of ignored it because clearly these people are delusional and wrong. But then something happened last week that made me start reconsidering. I was walking around my university and I heard somebody call out my name and I turned around and it was my classmate and I was like, hey, how'd you know it was me? Did you recognize the back of my head or something? And she's like, no, I recognize you because of your walk. And I was like, oh, and when you say walk, did you mean it was aggressively? And she's like, yeah, it's aggressively homosexual. Fuck! So then I finally decided to bite the bullet. I asked my mom, is my walking style really that gay? And it was the most toxic shit ever. She's like, man, I've been waiting for you to ask me this question for years. And then she pulls out a video of me walking on her phone. I regret to inform you that it was the gayest shit that I've ever seen in my entire life. To put it nicely, I kinda looked like a motherfucker who had just gotten railed in the ass by like a foot-long schlong or was eagerly skipping his way to get railed in the ass by a foot-long schlong. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember back in high school, a girl once came up to me and she's like, you know who you should go on a date with? And I started to get a little excited because I got no bitches back in high school and I was like, man, I can't wait to see who people are pairing me up with in their heads. Fingers crossed, I hope it's a baddie. The girl turns around and she points to the gayest motherfucker in the entire school and she's like, I think the two of you would look so cute together. Alright man, just because I'm skinny and I'm 5'6" and I walk like a raging homosexual and I have a vaguely twinkish demeanor does not mean that I'm gay. It just means that I get no hoes. I want to make it clear to all of you that I don't have a problem with gay people, but it's just not a very satisfying feeling as a straight man to get shipped and paired with the gayest motherfucker in the entire known observable universe. But you might be wondering, damn, how did this all start? What caused your walking style to be so aggressively homosexual? And you know, I really had to dig through my memories, had to take a trip down memory lane on this one. It all started because when I was 8 years old, I once flipped through a National Geographic magazine and it had a fun fact that said, did you know that if all your toes got chopped off, you wouldn't be able to walk because your toes are necessary for balance? And 8-year-old me was thinking, huh, well maybe I should stop using my toes when I walk so that way if my toes ever get chopped off, I'll still be able to walk. I wish I was joking, but I am dead ass right now. And from that moment on, whenever I walked, I would walk with my toes sticking straight up into air and I would waddle like a fucking penguin. I'm 23 years old and I have to relearn how to walk because 15 years ago, I was worried that my toes would get chopped off in a freak accident. I want you to take a moment and just really appreciate how monumentally fucking stupid that is. Keep in mind that this is not even in like the top 5 dumbest things that I did when I was a kid. I used to always wonder like why did my dad look at me with such profound disappointment in his eyes and beat me with the fury of 1,000 rabid chimpanzees? I get it, dude. I guess what made things worse was that I was just a stupid and kind of ugly looking kid, and that probably didn't help things very much. You know, nowadays Gen Z talks about like this cycle of abuse, and they're like, if you were abused as a child, it's up to you to make sure it doesn't get passed down to your children. And that sounds nice and all, but I think I'm gonna leave it to you guys because if my kids look as stupid as I did when I was younger, I'm probably gonna keep on beating them. I can't lie. In fact, low-key, I kind of hope that if I do have kids, they do look ugly and stupid so that way I won't feel as guilty when I use them as my personal punching bags. But hey, maybe that's just me. Anyways, for the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to fix the way that I walk. Like I'll go on walks or at the park and that shit is genuinely exhausting. I have to like actually concentrate on every single step. Like everybody else in the park was having a great time walking around with their very happy families, and then you'll look over at me, this 5'6" Chinaman, and he's sweating, stretching, and straining muscles that I didn't even know existed. Other people will go to the gym for leg day. You know what I do for leg day? I walk through my neighborhood. I touch grass. So if you ever see me walking around town and I'm walking like a robot, you better shut the fuck up if you know what's good for you. Because if you say anything to my face, I'm gonna start marching towards you at a very fast pace of 1 mile per hour. You have been warned. So you better watch yourself, bitch. Anyways, that's about it. See ya.